Hello everyone, this is CW here, back again with another video, and I'm trying to do the live reaction again to see this time if it works. As you saw probably the last few videos, I've been having problem with audio still, and I'm hoping it works this time. So apparently, not only did I update it, my OBS, but I also apparently checked the setting and apparently made two versions of the recording just in case audio bugs out because OBS does apparently have problems with audio bugging out. So if that happens, I have two recordings, one for audio that I will just edit in the long future in case it happens. But today we are 8 minutes away from seeing the long anticipated, well, I would say long anticipated, but the very, I'd say, really curious episode of Sentry vs Superboy Prime, uh, which is another Marvel vs DC comics which we have not had in a long time. I think the last time we had it was either Ant-Man versus the Atom, or man, I can't remember anything else that we did besides that, but like it's been a long time and we are minutes away. So I want to show the trailer that got shown at the convention last month that got leaked. So, and I'll turn this down a little. There we go. But again, 2D sprite and it looks pretty good.
This city won't last much longer. Quit
Voice acting's not bad
kid!
as well.
Another dark Superman fraud? Boring!
But yeah, as you probably saw with my prediction and all, I did been getting criticism on audio and all, but like, besides that, the animation is pretty good, and like I said, I'm trying to get better with audio, so once again, if you have any suggestions and all, please give it to me as I continue research. But besides that, like, I'm very curious of how this episode's gonna throw down, and even G1 Prediction Blog just got done with their reaction and all, and it's not the best in terms of pacing and all, because they just did, like, did all the way down and all, no of their usual thing, but overall, if you want to see it, it's very good and simple, especially with them doing cosmology, and surprisingly, like I said, both of them agreed that it's 50-50 and Sentry could win with his superior abilities and all, but once again, that retcon punch that Superboy Prime has apparently is like too much. And like 22-1. And they are doing a bonus remake of like Thor vs. Wonder Woman, so check that out. But yeah, apparently that he not only are they tied in speed, they say that apparently he is slightly stronger in, again, the Kryptonian, like I predicted in like my video, is that despite him having lesser abilities, like his Kryptonian DNA in like his one-hit punch kill should be enough to like get him the win more times than one. And Sentry is definitely smarter and does have more abilities, but again, that's probably not gonna be enough. So yeah, we just got 5 minutes waiting, and now we just wait as we just give my thoughts. So I hope you all had a good summer of all. Just for me, it just went camping and all, got done with that, and just waiting for this episode now. And I'm very curious and excited for what next month. As for next time, I'm actually hoping we get since it's America's 250th birthday, hopefully if they're smart enough, similar if they did Sentry last year with Superboy Prime. Thank goodness they didn't do Supergirl because that movie is a mess. But Sentry, I will admit, was probably the only thing good about the Thunderbolts. And heard nothing about Superboy Prime, but again, his comic book lore and all is very interesting. Again, it shows how even with him not being the main Superman, how certain versions of Superman can be just as strong if not broken. And I forgot about this that they mentioned in the G1 blog, but apparently Superboy Prime is actually the main reason when he retcon punch. He's the reason why Jason Todd was able to come back to life as Red Hood, which is also another cool factor of the character I didn't know. But back to like what I predict is going to be if Death Battle. Ideally, I don't think so. They're probably going to like do nothing. But I'm actually hoping they do an American theme since it is America's super 20th 50th birthday, I only can guess two things. Either we're gonna get Valentino for the versus Senator Armstrong for for the two, for JoJo, for the Steel Ball arc that just aired on Netflix and Metal Gear, or this one would probably be more highly anticipated, Captain America versus Kamen Rider. I know nothing of Kamen Rider, but I gotta admit, it is an interesting series to look up to, especially when Kamen Rider is supposed to appear in this episode with to face Saber Nero, which is gonna be gonna be a crazy episode of its own. So besides that, we're just waiting a few minutes away, and yeah, I'm excited for 4th of July now. So yeah, now we're just waiting for 2 minutes, and I'm just going to quickly. No, I better not do that. So I tried to see if I could mute myself because, because last time I'll just wait because last time, if you guys know, I think it was. No, I don't think it was Nero Dante versus Clyde, but I got, oh yeah, Kratos versus Ashura. I think that was the one. But long story short, apparently the 2-minute timer live thing on YouTube, yeah, apparently that music is copyrighted. So I had to cut a huge section off, which took out a chunk of Kratos. But thankfully not enough. But still, this one's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I'm just gonna keep it where it is so that way that none of you can see the live chat and all. But I'll try to keep it as. Oops, sorry about the air and all, but I'll try to keep it as live as possible. Try to avoid the leak and all on the side, probably pause here and there, but yeah, this is actually going to be a very intense episode, I can tell. And like I said, the episode might be nice. I'm going to try to pause less, so that way that the videos can be shorter, do record it on, but besides that, it should be fine. And like I said, my main concern is that, as you guys probably saw with try to do Undertaker versus either audio or same thing with Ichigo versus Yusuke with it's suddenly bugged and all, and the video part of it doesn't work, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, like I said, now we're just waiting for the 1 minute. Most likely we'll probably have to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, just gotta wait. And so my question of the day: what are you doing for your 4th of July? For me, I'm actually kind of excited because apparently my family's planning on going to Fort Sumter. For those who don't know about the history, that's the island that. One of the main islands in the 13 colonies, especially in South Carolina, that when the Confederates first declared their war that ignited the Civil War by invading and taking control of the island, which is actually pretty exciting to see and all. And like I said, South Carolina in that area is pretty active for the area and all. So I hope you guys enjoyed America and all. It started, so keep that down. So now we just wait for the 2 minutes, and now we just give our thoughts. But like I said, I hope you enjoying your summer and all, and trying to adjust to life and all, crazy stuff that happened over the last month. And that probably the big one I'm talking about is that movie that got banned in Germany, which is a Punisher taken movie. I have not seen it, but from what I've seen the clips and all, it looks pretty promising and all. And especially, and I like movies that feels, movies that feels realistic and personal and all. But my hype movie of the year is definitely going to be Godzilla minus Zero. And like I said, that's especially with IMAX screening, ooh, it's going to be good. Like I said, cannot wait. But yeah, so, before that, gotta get done with Summer and all, and Sentry for Superboy Prime. Like I said, I'm still, if you see my prediction and all for my Final Thoughts, I'm still going with Superboy Prime, because even though he's technically not the main Superman, the fact that he, his retcon punch, it basically makes him the One Punch Man, or Pi in the DC universe, like that. And apparently he doesn't need to hit him. He should just punch whatever he wants, and it ends. Just retcons everything. But let's just go. And not only that, his Kryptonian resistances and all, and using his strong Sentry should be enough. But let's just get into it. Ooh. Okay, I gotta get that was actually a very cool intro. Especially with the hand-drawn animation. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Still kind of funny how they did not even use Supergirl as well. I thought they would use Supergirl. But these were pretty good. I'll stop right now.
The story goes, Rob Reynolds was just your average, ordinary.
Alright, Watchdog. That's interesting. Probably the game.
Until the day he accidentally drank the super soldier serum.
At that moment, Bobby was imbued with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, becoming one of the strongest heroes in existence.
That's gonna be one hell of a bowel movement. And what better way to use his new power than to become a threat to all mankind?
In a never-ending crusade against his devious arch-nemesis, the Void.
Get up, lead up, Tony, like super strength, speed, durability, and flight.
He can spot you from miles away, or even hear butterfly seeds from across the planet.
You butterfly seas?
No!
When Sentry cells absorb his sun's rays into one, so he can fire that soldier and you and later. We're invisible. We're
Sentry can power where and everywhere. When he was forcibly shrunk down to subatomic size, he started energy from the universe instead. And despite being microscopic, his powers are strong enough to destroy planets, even while holding back.
Sentry can teleport, communicate, telepathic, effectively in Reed and Best minds.
He's also a genius with a sermon comparable to Tony Stark and Reed Richards. He's even built his own watchtower in a guy that is constantly monitoring the planet for threats.
Jesus Christ, he's the Avengers' only one even need any superhero.
Indeed, the Sentry is more than strong enough to Marvel's heaviers, like his famous Elder Beast Talk, or the Straight Hail, the Sentry is the only one with his whole full power.
He's so Thor, who the left and infinite timelines into clashing with another Thor.
The Sentry is incredibly fast, immense span speeds Ares, who can move with the smallest unit of muscle in our universe.
He stays as fast as the Herald of Night, like the Surfer, who once outraced the Lever blowing up. The Surfer, he went back in time. So Sentry
It wasn't so simple. The Void was aware that the Sentry wasn't.
If Sentry saved people from building, Void would crash a plane. If Sentry healed a person, Void would give someone else cancer.
For every good ass Sentry performs, the Void commits an evil one. Because the Sentry and the Void were one and the same.
This is Superman.
The whole origin story was alike. Robbie Reynolds was a city's high school beating up like some Jack.
In reality, Bob Reynolds was a schizophrenic.
Wait, I've got to pause there. I mean, I was actually criticized for like the background, but man, that's a good twist for like showing like this personality.
Drank the Sentry serum, and the Void was, in reality, on a level up entity bonded to Bob was the literal angel of death.
Yes, of the puddle, Moses, and the Pharaoh with the pepper sports. Damn parody.
And the manifests as the dark side
that's
of
actually cool.
a villain alter ego with all of his power. Too much power for any one man to handle. The only way to destroy the Void was to also destroy Sentry.
So Bob did something crazy from Reed's tech. He used his own psychic powers to erase himself from everyone's past, present, and future, including his own.
Warping perception of reality of every single person on the planet. They no longer remember him.
So, yeah, I think that's
A picture of the Sentry in your mind, including Bob's, it isn't there.
Great, everyone knows the problem always make them bad.
But Bob's eventually clawed the way back. In part, it was the Green Goblin. He decided to somehow control the Void. Norm had the Phillips murder Bob's wife Lindy in order to release, the Angel of Death.
Yeah, try to control the kind of guy that runs with Molecule Man, who somehow is strong speed all of Marvel. SP is a simple short multiverse. Yeah, good one, Norm.
Man was another mental god whose power fluctuates based on their self-confidence. Sort of considered to Bob.
But then I've discovered Bruce his own powers, his own control over molecules. Yeah, you can do that too.
This freaking create industry matter on a whim, a rip-hard molecular level, upon an entire new reality from scratch. All with just a wave of his hand, like Dr. Manhattan.
He can also free a body from any kind of damage, like being hurt to a skeleton or get Dr. Manhattan himself.
As long as one single solitary atom remains, the Sentry is unkillable.
And Void's got all this and more, except he hold back. He can shape-shift hurricanes, go into your body and devour soul.
His integrals, the Void takes control of the victim's mind and tortures them with memories of past traumas and nightmares.
Yeah,
Tell Void to keep Vanguard.
also, yes, in the comics, they did overall Doctor Strange and Loki, even though that's Doctor Strange, and powerful use of like
The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the Inhumans, and the X-Men teaming up all in one could barely handle it. Void is one of the biggest bads in Marvel. Great job, Norm. I'm something of a moron myself.
The only way for Bob to save himself was to do something he would imagine, like the Void.
Also being meant for the overpowered, yes. Doctor Strange, Loki, so kill Celestial,
They're getting clear as his darker half and more. The Tree and Void merge and became stronger than the sum of their
One big effort to finally live his life without crushing Nate's hatred and fear.
Maybe, but this is the Void we're talking about. What if Bob just has a new puppet master who only like to think he's in control?
As long as the Void exists, it's another revolution in that same endless cycle. It remains seen whether he dead itself.
We can't be that Sentry gone, but never forgotten. He'll never be forgotten again.
I got it, but like, they did pretty
Do you
good.
believe?
Right. So I'll just pause right there. Very good preview. In the dip, especially that it's of its background.
Yeah, we just went through the pages of DC Comics. Everyone in their radiated six-dimensional gorilla motor can do it.
In the real world, not Earth 1 or Earth 2, but our own Earth Prime.
The Earth of you, me, and Clark Kent, a totally normal boy from New England who just managed to share a name with that comic book character.
Coincidence.
Yes,
Dice
time
told the Clark took a leap of faith and believed he could fly.
And he did. Surprise, surprise. Clark was actually from the planet Krypton, which apparently exists in our universe now. The real Superman, or most guys, showed up just in time to go to Neon and Superboy. Wait, he don't show me! I believe he can fly!
Don't jump off! Clark had Kryptonian powers, like heat vision, microscope, and telescope sight, Arctic growth. It was dreamed that every world we had.
Just in time for his universe to be annihilated. Little by Monday could be comics Armageddon, the crisis and the Earth. Yes, we're working on it, and today's apparently.
If anyone looked on to shelter and opposition to refuge. Now an acronym of DC's newly booed post continuity, Clark was forced to watch the comic landscape change before his eyes. As stories became darker and morally complex, as heroes failed to be heroes of goodies all amassed in his children.
And someone else got to be Superboy.
Some people can't stand change. Can't stand to see a world that doesn't look the way it did. The day needed to be saved by Superboy, the real Superboy Prime.
So he did what any Superboy would do. Punch really hard. He just made a so hard. This guy threw the universe. Gone DC Comics. Superboy was back, and he was gonna pick my books forever. Hell yeah.
No matter how many fake heroes got away.
Oh shit, Super Chuck Prime is extraordinary Krypton. Oh no, he's pretty
Yeah,
good.
From the core of the crisis on the universe. Some cops were more comic.
Superman sees sources for Toa Galaxy planets fighting like nothing.
Clash with another Kryptonian so hard they created enough hours for an infinite number of timelines.
Yeah, here that work a lot. My favorite is that Superman through so throw light barrier, the barrier, and even bombs of infinity. I wonder if there's ever version of this bullshit arguments for the next half century. Play it. So I get it.
And well, no,
Okay,
that's
but
not how the game is changed.
It does.
We can actually not.
The
Kryptonian with ultra-decimal structure should alter many of the similar instances. One tree stone happens to Oswald in his
There's Necron Recon Punch. Let's see. Soul Negation, yes. That'd be a
Kryptonians to remain withstand as Earth too. They can lure and by and their souls can risk being destroyed.
Oh, the Earth's cold, no sun. Just sunlight, not red super broad. It's weaker than sunlight. Grand out covered.
The armor made from the core of the anti-monitor, which constantly feeds him solar energy, literally wearing out the monitor throughout the universe, just to be better and stronger than Superman.
That's what he thinks he is. Superman with better feet and skin. Superman, real.
Superman, fucking idiots. I'll take the prohibition did all of it. The superhero is a violent nature.
Exactly what you'd expect from a kid who never grew up and never learned back. Instead of seeming as heroes, he started maggering. And let's be real, there's a part of him that would end for a real candidly.
Badly patrols the society titans. Free crashes at once. He effortlessly murdered an Ultimate Justice League, and even killed his rival Congress and the new Superboy. Even as other hero powers from up to the I'm still held it because he never left.
Destroy the universe.
The time the universe blew himself up into the stop prime. The last middle of Adam and only made Prime stronger.
What is that? But this universe who became God of night. Absolutely attacked him. And shot him out of it.
In home, back to his original universe, our universe. Except now everyone knew his parents, Lord, had been reading his comics. They knew he had become, and they were heroes.
Once again, forced to watch it. He was perfect without him. He poured comic with everything about DC. Only to hear his worst possible nightmare.
Not only would he never get to be Superman, he wasn't even a villain that people liked. Just a powerful army.
So, naturally, he could have headquarters attack people in his comics.
Some infinite records of meta hell.
Prime had a way, petulant, reactionary, fanboy. He's thinking on Reddit.
And if a peak is about to be Superman, the original Superman, actually best one, first Superman.
He said the first story is his best friend get to death. He needed change.
Have to retain this alternate universe where man who laughs to destroy all knowledge.
Rest of the same day, it turned out he only boy, but
He on the step with it. To repeat exchanges across the universe, time became a space anomaly, and he slowly learned how to manipulate reality itself with his fists.
as you come here,
First, the forward and just like forward beast boys. He started to turn right new into fix evil hero Batman laughs.
giving them all the characters have endings. No weird twisting that was done to the bad guy sword. He saved the day.
I'm tired of enter the behind streets.
Okay, move. Storm the monster game. He actually flashes at once. Yes. And, like,
The comic medium entirely, and even defeat the nigh omnipotent Darkest Knight.
Who was powerful enough to beat Perpetua? The guy who created all DC guys. The whole shebang. Prime is the darkest night so hard to entire evil tears.
A feat that one action topic. Price for sure has a one minute was per month.
The hero who always knew he'd be a hero who could sometimes his own issue number one. A hero like hell, Superman.
Maybe one day Prime will truly lead him to take his leave. He thought.
You know what? That was actually a good preview, especially like I said, similar to Homelander, but if he had God's good ending.
All right, the belts again. First, his colors are back. Hey,
Yeah, also, it most likely round. It also $100 inside.
So what's
someday probably the best now.
so ever.
All right, let's get to this. Don't get this.
Right, the match. We run the different.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, let's go.
This will last longer. We're dealing with someone who has a potion. But I'm an exploding one!
You keep another Dark Superman plot boring. It's cool, not
Yeah, it's over. Destroy him, that'd be good.
Please, stop doing it.
He'll kill you. I'll kill you to death.
Bye-bye, Baba. It's time to play God.
That'd be good. Okay, so much better. This is a so higher. That was,
Luckily, so am I.
Run to what?
That's
Get war through the city. Afraid of the Dark Clark? What kind of hero are you? Bring me again. Whatever happened to Lori?
that's cool.
It's over, Bart. There is no happy ending. Not for you. Not for me. Not for anyone else. In the void.
Can't you already comic book, you be freaking nerd?
This is pretty good. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta admit this. That was a favorite episode.
What? You kept talking about Sentry. Bad dream?
No, Eleni. Best sleep I've had in years.
Racist.
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
think I've
I
ever
did not
seen
expect to see
someone
that
wholesomely bored.
animation.
Let's get this down into three their strength, intelligence, and powers.
Yes, with any flame birthday, the first we've got is who's stronger?
And are natural to the heads, and knees, Marvel, really capable of catching and surpassing Herald and Slenderman and 4.
Marvel Dragons create a infinite number of timelines with their ashes. Just wacky bullshit like
So remember, we have the close up teams they fought. Multiple men, Dark Knight.
Sentry Red Malls, we only scale this so far.
But Prime had the Darkest Night after the Mad Bat had absorbed the powers of Perpetua and Neil Diamond, both of which I love it from all DC.
I sound like fuck you, and there's nothing to against Dark Knight was one nice. Yes, all Prime takes the edge and strength, but muscles are everything. Maybe we could even around front Braun and his intelligence.
What Prime does that man who complete denies it.
It's less that he's dumb and weak, it's eager, and have it around.
The Sentry, on the other hand, has been very only and richer. It's the most intelligent even in all of Marvel comics.
Sure, he mentally wrote down void things, such for him, but Link controls the void only makes him dangerous.
As Mercury, he's operating at a peak, fully controls the house. That's wits and wills and with them hell.
But the witness met him had to do with his shit powers.
Send to the two reach other war perception value such incredible his house even prefers the right. Prime may be stronger, but even if it's not just arguably not in the long run against someone who can generate from a single atom.
Progressive Kryptonians have actually resisted bigger rules from before, and Prime should know it. So it's not like Sentry was ever just Dark Manhattan and
Prime comes to the one, here's on the quick but no, it's the same natural ambition that Mount were killed.
Unless I could find a way around his insane version.
His ability to outweigh his small lines as
It was something he could have figured out in past.
like time to go which we were all over during house. Then Bob knew it was rewritten like a
Or the absorbing and had the powers of his Sentry's virtual reality. Moonzo literally describes it as a reality punch.
No, the Sentry's saying power could theoretically con himself from Prime's prep ability. However, his feat required assistance from Reed Richards, as likely people
Progressive Kryptonians also realized manipulated the blood train.
punch might be more than blood finish.
Prime cable powering through what's scary still.
His soul even more.
Yes.
The word sword and the
In Chicago, everything circular weapons could they. Brian takes the violence in powers.
but no, he easily put down and would eventually bust through and run on the good.
The defeat was unavoidable.
The winner is Super
That was a pretty cool.
Okay, here. Oh yeah, you have fun. Really try to obey. Intelligence was such a unique flash out of trash program real intense emotion. Because Prime
Oh, and I forgot about that. You know what? The TV show helped. I forgot about it was the District Impact fight. You know what? That was a twist, but like I was on that right away. I sadly have not played King Impact. I only played the other Honkai games such as Soil and DZZ. Those are very good. Okay, besides that, the competition of that game was terrible, especially with the next but at least that game's coming out. But like I said, I'll try to done Monday or Tuesday before I leave out. But besides that, I'm actually shocked about this episode. Like I said, the animation was very good, and like Not gonna lie, this one might barely make it into the top 5 of the year since we're halfway done, because the animation and like the editing are spot on. Definitely worth the fight. I'll just end it there. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Stay awesome.